Okay. Looks like I'm live. Okay. What's up, guys? Facebook family, friends, new and old, and anybody that has an inkling to watch a video about some shit I think. Welcome. Before we begin and kind of set the tone for the reason for my live tonight is my son, Jelani Ellis, just celebrated a birthday on New Year's Day, and I made no posts. I was very busy, very tired. I was working and it was crazy, so I felt like a post would just underserve the tremendous amount of love I have and how proud I am of my son, Jelani. I had Jelani. I love you, son. I am so proud of you. You're about to have my first grandchild. I am just ecstatic and so very proud of you, honey. Um, and I love you so very much. And I am just so proud that you're stepping up and you're being a man and you're going to be a father that your child deserves. And because you are a tremendous young man. And I am so proud of you. Also, I just know that I did my very best raising you. And I believe, children are blessed if they have more than one mother figure. And my son definitely, he has his TT that raised him while I was in prison. My sister, Natalie, love you, sis. I love you. And he has his grandmother, my mother, who was always there. He has his grandmother on his father's side and a host of other aunts and relatives that have helped tremendously to shape him into the young man who respects women, who respects the women in his family, and is just really, light years ahead of his peers. And I love you, son. I say all that to say that I had Jelani when I was only 15 years old. And I thought this, talking about him and the situation that brought him into existence is a great segue into talking about um and just piggybacking off of my last live of why I'm not hating on hoes, strippers, and prostitutes, part two. I had a previous live that you can look in my timeline and see that I had a live. Hi Nigel. Okay. Okay. Serious hat on, Nigel. Serious hat. Okay. Um, Yes. So I had Jelani when I was only I got pregnant him when I was 15 years old, had him when I was 16. And which would to me provides another example of why I'm so adamant and I'm so passionate about the lack of balance in mainstream female hip hop. When I had Jelani, I had a boyfriend. And my boyfriend was 19 and I met him when I was 14. So I know R. Kelly is in jail right now for messing with 14-year-olds. And here's my take on that. If they get R. Kelly, they got to get a whole bunch of other motherfuckers because my boyfriend was 19, I was 14, and he was not my first sexual partner. A lot of people know that that kind of thing goes on and they just don't do shit about it. Was he wrong in the sense of, yeah, the law? But hell, I was not 14 mentally. I was a lot older than his ass mentally at 14. So age really ain't nothing but a number. Shout out to Aaliyah. It is about your mindset. And why was my mindset like that? Well, when I was in 8th grade, Freak Me Baby was out by Silk. Um, Downtown by SWV. Look at the music from popular culture at that time. And if you think that doesn't influence people, you need to go somewhere and keep reading Alice in Wonderland and goddamn it, Cat in the Hat, because that is not the reality that I grew up in. That is not the reality that I grew up in. And we as a people are highly influenced by the music of our peers and people that belong to our culture. If you want to argue with that, you can go argue with that. But if you have at least some perspective on about the influence of music and culture and R&B and hip hop and everything, the soundtrack to the barbecues, we are things that went on at that barbecues. When we have fun, what do? When we have a party, it's somebody there smoking, it's somebody there drinking, it's somebody there hooking up, it's somebody's playing cards, and it's somebody eating motherfucking chicken. Fuck y'all if you don't think otherwise. That is what's going on. With that being said, I don't apologize for it. I have learned a lot. I wish my experiences were different, but who am I to argue with my journey? And especially when it leads me to the perspective and understanding that I have in my today life. So why am I doing this live? I had a boyfriend at age 14, Jelani's father, who later we married and had another child. So it's not so black and white as others might see things. Now, if you're a predator and just praying because you like young girls, that's some old extra shit. It just so happened that this 19-year-old man fell in love with a 14-year-old girl who later married and had more children with. That is not the case in every case. But if you're a predator or a pedophile, that's a whole different animal. I'm not talking about that. I'm not excusing that. I'm talking about my experience and the intent of the relationship that I had with Jelani's father, who later became my husband, now ex-husband. Respect was always key. He respected me. I met his parents. I was his lady. And to truth be told, I would not be the woman I am today had it not been for that 7-year relationship I had with that man. And I would not have beautiful Jelani and beautiful Kayla Ellis had it not been for him. But that is not the typical reality for female children, black children in the hood today. Times are different. And even though I move very fast, they're on hyper light speed today. Also being influenced by today's music, today's culture, and today's lack of understanding and womanhood in mainstream female rap music. I am an MC and I pride myself on that. Not only am I an MC, I'm a conscious MC. And when I made the video, Why I'm Not Hating No Hoes, Strippers, and Prostitutes, I meant that to explain the social and cultural and historical significance that a hoe has played in life. Go back and watch the last live I did on that. It's also on my YouTube page. N.G.Young is illegal on YouTube, my channel. I talk about Cleopatra and how she almost destroyed Rome with her yoni. And to expand on that, what happened with Cleopatra was she really went wrong, and a lot of women go wrong, is your pussy baby does not have perpetual life like a corporation. And what do I mean by that? You know the saying, it will get you there, being a hoe or sucking dick or whatever will get you there, but it will not keep you there. And what I mean by that is that the next person that comes in line may not hold your yoni or your fellatio skills in the same regard that the person who put you in power did. That's what happened to Cleopatra. Caesar gave her all her kingdom and power. She had a kid with him, Mark Antony. He was like, I'm riding with you. But guess what? When those men died, when they were killed, arguably because of her, the people who took over after them did not care about her package, her box. They didn't care. They were looking at the amassed wealth of Egypt and what had been passed down from her from the previous pharaohs and the previous Egyptian dynasties. They were not giving a damn about her skills in the bedroom. They were looking at her rubies, her diamonds, the wealth in the soil, the Nile River, and all of the wealth. That's what they were looking at. And if she pimped with that, her power to oversee and manage and amass all that, she would have not been the last pharaoh of Egypt. How does this relate to mainstream hip hop? Well, baby, your WAP does not have perpetual life, especially in hip hop. What do I mean by that? Y'all remember a rapper called Nicki Minaj? Where's she at? She not sexy anymore because, like Jaguar Rice said, and I agree with her, a female rapper that pushes her sexuality, her body, her booty, has a shelf life in the music industry about 12 years. And it's over. You're not sexy no more. Because the young kids coming up, they looking at something else. They not looking at your head. They looking at you like a grandma. They not looking at you. They only probably got gray hair on it. And I know it's a lot of ageism in hip hop, and I'm not supporting that, and I'm not promoting that at all. But when you base your wealth and life and your power strictly on your box, that shit has a shelf life. It ain't like honey. Honey is the only food in the world in existence that does not spoil. You don't have honey, baby. You have Karo syrup, extra heavy. So when you base your worth, your value, your life, your importance on what the physicalities of you are, what's going now? I love her because she is lyrical. She's highly explicit, but I love Megan Thee Stallion. But baby, what happens when your body, yaddy yaddy, gravity starts to hold, them titties start sagging low? What happened when that cellulite hit your ass? What happened when shit starts sagging and shit? Body, yaddy, yaddy. And you got arthritis in both knees. Body, yaddy, yaddy. Honey, that's temporary, baby. It's fun now. It's nice now. And a lot of Instagram models are capitalizing off that. Sadly, one just died trying to get a bigger booty. But baby, when you base it on physicality, you have a shelf life with an expiration date. But when you base your talent, your worth, your value on your mind, that has perpetual life. Cleopatra didn't have that. Or at least she didn't base her power on that. She had it, but she wasn't basing her power on that. She'd be like, I got Julius Caesar. He the leader of Rome. He's the emperor. I'm good. I had a baby with him. I'm in there. They stabbed his ass up. He was gone. Now what? Now what? Check the history books. They killed Julius. He out of there. What now? Octavius, his replacement, wasn't having that. He looking at the gold. Like, what's up with that gold over there? What's up with them rubies Cleopatra got? We gonna annex all that shit. Yeah, you were Mark Anthony. He betrayed me, but that motherfucker ain't got no power. We taking all that. And because she knew she had lost, she killed herself. Your box, sweetheart, does not have perpetual life. Anybody that study business, they know what that term means, perpetual life. It's basically like a corporation. Take, for example, McDonald's. Ray Kroc invented McDonald's. He's the founder of McDonald's. Most people don't even know his name. But he understood, hey, when I die, my burgers, I want them to keep going. So I have to build a business model on that. I have to have some uniformity in my franchise. They gotta all taste the same. A burger, a Big Mac should taste the same in New Hackensack, New Jersey, as it do in Beijing, China. Perpetual life, value, existence beyond my life. In other words, spend your life in service of something that will outlast it. Be the McDonald's of hip hop. And you can't do it with your box. You got to do it with your skills, with your mind, with your legacy. Nobody had a legacy on their box, ever. Because it's a shelf life on that shit. It's a shelf life on all things physical. Intellectual properties and intellectual creations last forever. Your box ain't, baby. You're going to push out a couple kids. It ain't going to be hitting the same. But when you base your life in your value on that, it's going to expire. It will expire. And the things that you base perpetual life on has to be independent of your physical presence. And a body, yada yada, is tied to your physical presence. What are you progressing and moving beyond your physical presence? Things can function without your physical presence. That is perpetual life in business terms. Because this is a business. Make no mistake about it. So, get your money, boo. Do what you can right now, boo. But I hope you don't be like Madonna, 60 plus, still trying to be sexy. It's not okay. You got grandkids and everything. You out here showing your wop. If you don't sit down some damn well. So let me get to the point. My biggest ill, and I had to realize this looking in my own life, in my own review. Promiscuity is leading these young girls into a life where they're getting raped, where they're getting abused, where they're getting diseases that they can't get rid of, that a shot in the ass ain't gonna cure. But most of all, creating life prematurely when they barely started one. This is what I'm talking about, taking responsibility for the things that you helped create. When I had Jelani, playtime was over. Playtime was over. Because now I'm responsible for a little human being and his likeness and his livelihood and his security and safety. Now, even though I had a boyfriend who didn't just leave me after he got me pregnant because we were in a relationship, a lot of these women are just hooking up, getting a little and moving on. There's several things wrong with that. Now, if you're a prostitute and you're a hoe and you're a stripper, you're getting your money. But understand what comes along with that. But these young girls don't know. They don't have a picture of the world, an accurate picture of the way the world works. Some of these girls ain't even left the city they lived in all their life. Hell, some of them ain't even left the block, the neighborhood, the school over there, the grocery store over there. They ain't left a 4-mile radius. So they don't have an accurate picture of the way the world works. So they hook up with these men, really needing their father, but that's a whole nother live post. But really seeking that male attention and approval. They think, oh, well, this is what I got to do to get you into me or get you to spend some change. This is what I got to do. This is what I got to do to get you to love me, to like me, to give me money. You know what comes along with that? Unwanted pregnancies, sexually transmitted diseases. And to me, the worst one of all that happens prematurely, the death of your spirit. Most of these women don't know when you take a man into your most intimate embraces, because they don't teach this in health class, you take on his spiritual germ. What do I mean by that? Let's say if this man is real fucked up. I'm sorry. He's real messed up. He then knocked off a couple people. He done snatched some purses. He's absolutely unhealthy in all regards, especially morally and spiritually. And you lie with this man and take him into your most sacred, intimate embrace. You adopt those characteristics, even if it's just one encounter. You take his energy onto you. Know it or not, whether you believe it or not. Some things are independent and exist beyond or regardless of your belief. Certain things you need to believe to make them true. Like, I don't know, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, WWF wrestling, whatever. But some things are true whether you believe them or not. And it doesn't require that you believe them to make them true. And this is one of those things. When you invite a man into you, and I'm talking to the ladies right now, we are receivers. We are receivers of the male phallus. We are receivers of their seed. And we are receivers of their energy. And it stays with us. The person you messed, your who broke your virginity, that nigga still with you. He with you. Know it or not. And that's what I'm saying. That's what they don't teach in health class. That's what Megan Body Yaddy Yaddy don't teach. That's what the WAP don't teach. But it's true. So having Jelani at the age of 15, getting pregnant with him, conceiving him, and having him at 16 is not the ideal. I don't give a damn if I had a husband at the time. It is not ideal. I was still young. I was still inexperienced in the ways of the world. In womanhood, I had not reached yet. It's not an ideal situation. It was a struggle. It was hard. It caused pain, both to Jelani and me, that was not deserved. But this is what happens when you're influenced by Bump and Grind, by NSWV's Downtown, by Silk's Freak Me Baby, Jodeci Feenin. That was the soundtrack I was listening to and influenced by around the time of the conception of my son. So you have to be out of your mind insane to see and say that that the music now has no bearing and no effect for good or ill on our children, on young, impressionable minds, like a 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl whose body is a woman, but mind has not even reached that realm, even close to it at that age. You're still trying to figure things out. So all I'm saying, the pimps in the neighborhood, if you look back, people will say, well, I used to like because his car. I'm talking about guys right now. They was influenced like, oh, he got the girls, he got the car, he got the gear, he got the jewelry. Most of those people were sitting around telling those kids not to do what the hell they was doing. Go your ass to school. The girl that was out there on the block back in the day was like, little girl, go home. You don't want no parts of this. Now, they campaigning. They got commercials now in the form of mainstream rap songs. Look at this. This is what you'll have. Make a man pay you to kiss you. Let him eat your ass. They never tell you the cost of those things. I love my child, Jelani, and my life has been enriched by his presence in my life and life itself. His life has touched so many. His life has touched mine and his family. But I wish I had had him as a woman, conscious of my power, fully conscious of what it means to bring a life into this world, and fully conscious of the energy, the transference of energy from his father to my mind, body, and soul. From meeting him to his conception and after. But we have to learn the hard way sometimes. And this is why I'm so passionate about, baby girl, stop with the shaking the ass. Sit down on that ass, open up a book and listen to a wiser, older woman than you who knows better. This is what is lacking. Balance. Okay, you selling box, you got the WAP. Where is the queen mother coming in at? Where is she that provides some kind of balance? Because I'm gonna tell you, those women have something to learn from her, but also that woman has something to learn from the strippers, hoes, and the prostitutes, like Cleopatra did when she summoned the best hoe in Egypt. Talk about it on my last live. Go check that out. So Jelani Malik Ellis, happy birthday, son. I love you. I cherish you. And I'm so proud of the man that you have become. And I look forward to you welcoming my first grandchild. I look forward to you what the joys of fatherhood will bring you. I love you. And I pray you and Mia have a wonderful, healthy, thriving baby. And to those women, those girls out there, baby, your body, your temple, your precious, precious, intimate energy should be only reserved for someone who is worthy of you. I pray that you guys remember that and know that. Peace and blessings on this January Eve. Welcome. I look forward to 2021 with all my friends, my Facebook friends and family. Keep doing, keep striving, keep loving, and keep taking care of yourself and each other. Peace and blessings.